I'm going to be researching HIV and AIDS in the United States. I'm going to open Google Chrome, and I'll start on the school's website, because that's what I know how to do. And I will go to the library page, and I will click on Article Databases, Academic Search Complete, and I will type in my topic in the fields available. And since I want to narrow it to the United States, I will type that here. And then I will narrow it to recently published ones. I was always told within the past 5 years, so no older than 2014. And all publication types, all documents, right? And then we will hit search. Ooh, this one right here seems interesting. Education for school-based, for high school students. So that's definitely one I want to look at, and what I'll typically do is open it in a new tab and save it, and then typically keep looking. And that one's pretty recent. It's from March of this year, so just last month. I think I'll start there with looking at that one. Yeah, this seems right at what I wanted to look at. So we'll save that for now. And let me narrow it down. Alright, let's look back at this one and look at the full text. This one doesn't seem to have the full text. So since I can't find the full text on that one, I'm going to move on to Google Scholar. And we'll start there. And we'll type in the same things that we did before. In America. And then let's look at 2019. Or, excuse me, since 2015. So it includes more recent articles. And right now I'm just looking and seeing if any of this is what I want to look for. Doesn't seem like it. the more recent ones. Oh, this seems interesting. So I'll click on this one and see what it's like. Let me go back so I can open this in a new tab. And I like what this one has to say. Now this seems very interesting. It seems like something that I might want to take a look at and might be worth reading. Let's look at the full article and see how this one looks. Looks like I don't have access to this one right now. So let's go back to the library and let's see. Let's add another search term. Let's do discrimination. There are some. And there is such a big stigma, so that seems interesting. This one is from January of this year. Open that in a new tab. Take a look at it. See, this is interesting, but it's in Vietnam, so it's kind of away from what I wanted to stick with. So we'll avoid that one for now. Here's something. Oh, that's older. I would like to find something newer. Let me change this a little bit. And let's do this one. Okay, that gave us a few more. So it's important to recognize that there is a stigma with people that have HIV and AIDS. And so this could be interesting, but I would like it to include the United States. I'm not having a lot of luck. Let's go back to Google. Let's change this. Discrimination. Oh, this seems interesting. Let me open that. There can be a lot more discrimination against people living with this, and it can be a form of microaggression. And it does seem more prevalent in people that are already discriminated against, like people of color. Okay. Okay, so this one seems interesting, so typically I would email this to myself or save it in a Word document, but right now I'm just going to keep it here. I think this one also seems interesting as well, because it also has to do with reducing the stigma that these people face. So I would also save that one. This one seems really interesting too, and also falls along the same lines of helping with discrimination and also more prevention, because it is about educating. And again, I would email it to myself and save it that way. Let me see what else I can find. Then let's see this one about internalized stigma. That seems interesting as well. The southeastern United States. That's not too far. Interesting. And I like this one as well. I would keep this one too. It's another one that I don't quite have access to without being logged in. And that's pretty recent as well. It was received in 2018. This one, 2017, so it's a little older, but within the past 5 years, so it seems still good. This one was published just a few weeks ago, so that one seems even better. So I would keep track of those, and then I would typically go through them in the full text, and I would, in a perfect world, I would print them out and highlight things that seem interesting to me and stick out to me and read them and kind of just absorb what they have to say while highlighting important things that are relevant to the research I'm doing. Which, in this case, it seems to have turned into how evaluating the stigma that these patients face and how to reduce that and to prevent that and just educate people on this. So I think for this purpose, 4 seems like a good number. I think they all seem relevant to what I'm doing. You know, this one seems particularly interesting, and I want to read this one. Because that's something, education and prevention is something that I'm passionate about, so I would like to see more about this. Okay, I think that's it.